in a community that gives you that opportunity. So what I'm going to show you today is some of the issues that we've identified, and then a 3-step process for implementing communities in your business to make money. So how you actually go out and make money with this, that's what I'll be showing you how to do. And then I'll be offering you today a really special deal on this, and give you an opportunity to get in at a one-time cost to this software, which is, we're using in our business. Where, I'll be able to show you how we're using it and why we're using it the way we're using it. And many of our customers, they've actually decided to transition all of their groups from, Facebook and other places into this software because it's just way better for communication and a much better environment for being able to monetize people within your community as well, and sell within the community in a way that's really good. So I'll show you how to do that as well. So the topic today is how to grow a 6-figure consulting business with communities. And my goal for this is, if you have a business, I'll show you how you can scale that business with communities, how you can introduce this as the major selling method that you use in your business. If you don't have a business, I'll show you, how you can get started with communities, because one of the best ways you can start online is actually building a community around an idea that you have or a problem that you're solving. And if you stay to the end, as I mentioned, I'll have a really, really good deal that you'll be able to get access to on this webinar, which we're not offering publicly anywhere. And you'll be able to take advantage and use that as well. So let me jump in. So my name is Sam Becker. I've been online and doing online marketing for the last 12 years. I've made millions of dollars online. And in the last 5 to 6 years, I've created multiple software and been involved with multiple software companies. Companies like Vidello, Create App, Member App, and other software that we've created as well. And now I want to go into what a Skola group is. So when I say Skola groups, what a Skola group is it's a community kind of similar to a Facebook community, but without the distraction, and an environment that allows you to really focus. So what we've done is we've basically put together a software that allows you to build a community around your brand. So for example, if you wanted to, learn or say, for example, sell a consulting program or coaching program, what you could do is you could create a free community around that, where people who have an interest in that particular niche can communicate. And then what you can do is you can sell into that group. Also, Skola groups are better than courses, Facebook and Kajabi right now, because what we've done is we've actually put together 3 major components into one of these groups. So if you create a course on Kajabi, which many people do, first of all, you're paying a high monthly fee. The program itself isn't very easy to use. And then you have to combine that with a community from somewhere else. So you've got to go to Facebook and you've got to create a group. And that's what people are doing. They create a group in Facebook, and then they go ahead and they create a course in Kajabi. And then, when someone registers, they send out, links to 3 different things. So it'll be like here's links to our course. Here's how you register to it. Here's our group. You can register for that in Facebook. And then, here's, our Zoom schedule, and, register for our Zoom calls. So a customer would get 3 separate logins. And that's not very good, because most people just lose those logins, or they forget to log into the group and they don't know how to get access to the community. So what we did is we just combined those into one area. So it's a simple and focused community. So the first big thing about this is that, unlike Facebook communities, here you can focus, because on Facebook, as you'll know, I myself catch myself doing this all the time, is that I'll go onto Facebook and I'll start, looking at a group. I'll answer 1 or 2 questions, or I'll read 1 or 2 posts, and then suddenly I'm on my news feed, or I'm distracted by something else, a post I've clicked on, and now I'm on another website. And your customers, your community, is doing the exact same thing, because Facebook is motivated by advertising. It wants people moving through, not just staying in one group and then leaving. It wants them to click around and move around. So Facebook is optimized to be like that. And for our purposes, it's not good. The other thing is that it's autonomous. So one of the major issues, I was talking with a friend of mine last night, is that Facebook can easily just ban your group, or just stop you from, or censor you from being posted, or hide certain posts that you make. So the posts within your community don't go out to your community. So you don't know who's actually seeing them. What you can do is, when you unplug from Facebook groups and actually move into an autonomous solution, like we're offering with Skola groups, what you have the opportunity to do then is, you know, that when you make an important post, everyone in your community is going to be notified about it, and everyone will know about that post. You don't have the same over Facebook. Often what happens over Facebook is if you post something that they don't like, then they'll actually hide it from your community. So it's working against you. For once you've like put all this effort in, you've built up this group, this community over Facebook, then they work against you, and you're prevented from being able to communicate to the people that you actually want to communicate to. Is this making sense? Let me know in the chat if this is making sense. I'll just grab a drink of water. And has anyone had this experience as well? For me, we've been building up a group over Facebook for a long time, and it's our Skola group. And what we have is this issue, the same issue. Hey, a webinar is coming up, or hey, we've got this like update webinar, and I want everyone to be notified about it. So I end up having to do this. What I have to do, and it's a real hassle, is I first update to the group. I see that, oh no, only about 1% of my group members have seen this post. Okay. Then I send out an email. I write up an email and I send it out, and I have to send it out twice. And then I have to direct people into a Zoom call. So why can't all of this be done in the same platform? Why couldn't you just have, a situation where if you've got an upcoming like meeting or call that you want to do with your community, why can't you just post and know that everyone's going to be notified about that? So that's what we've been working on. We've been working on a solution to that problem, because for us, it's been a real problem in our business. And also the other thing is that we've got a big group in Facebook, for example. But what does that mean? If we wanted to sell our company, or if we had someone who was, or if we were building this for a client, for example, if we're building a group for a client, Facebook owns the asset. So the asset is owned by Facebook. So anything that you build up is controlled by Facebook. It's not like you can on-sell this community as part of as part of the value in your company. When you build outside of Facebook and you build a solution like I'm going to show you, you've actually got an asset that you can use. Not only can you use it and utilize it to sell more, but you've got something that adds value to your company and also adds value to your clients' companies as well. So there's a real, there's a good reason here as to why you'd want to build independent. So here's the 3 key ingredients to making this work profitably. And this is going to be really, really good if you don't yet, if you're not making money online yet, you can put these 3 ingredients to work and make money in your business. And they are how to create a community around your niche that everyone wants to join. I'll show you how to do that. The second ingredient is how to quickly grow your community to thousands of engaged members, independent of Facebook groups. And third, how to profit selling courses, high-ticket coaching, and masterminds to your audience, all in the same platform. So you don't have to create a separate platform. You don't have to be working on Kajabi or ClickFunnels or some other platform to do this. You can do this. So I'm going to show you these 3 ingredients now. And then after that, what I want to show you is why we're using this particular strategy as our major strategy, and we've closed down most of our sales funnels. We're in the process right now of actually winding down the majority of the sales funnels we have, because what I'm going to show you right now is outperforming them. So how to create a community around your niche that everyone wants to join. The first step that you can do is, if you're not sure what to create a community around, by the way, let me know in the chat if you've already got your niche worked out. If you know what you'd create a community about, let me know in the chat. This is something that a lot of people get hung up on, and you really don't need to get hung up on it, because it's not too difficult. First of all, just if you've got a problem that you've solved for yourself in the past, and you could help solve a large amount of, or other people help them to solve that problem, that's a really good place to start. So first of all, know your niche, okay? Find out what your niche is. And if you're not sure, then what you can do is you can actually go to a place like ClickBank, for example, and ClickBank has all of these different products that are selling. And you can simply go to the most popular niches. You can have a look at what products they're selling, and then you can say, well, okay, that sounds like something I'd want to do. And you can then, from there start learning about that particular topic, or just create a community around that and see who would also be interested in being part of that community. Because when you're building a community, it's not about the knowledge that you have, it's about the value that community and that group of people can provide to other new members of that community. So it means that you don't have to specialize yourself in a particular topic before building a community. You can build a community around a particular topic or niche because you'll have people that join that'll be interested in that and want to share ideas and communicate with others within that community as well. So the first place that I'd start is go to clickbank.com, go to their marketplace and see what's working right now. Then once you've done that, you can then give it to them for free or create a product like 7-step guide or, create something quick. Like, for example, here I've got this 3-day affiliate challenge. And then what you can do is you can just list it inside of the account. Like you can list it inside of the community with our software. And when someone registers, you can capture them as a lead. So they're added to your autoresponder if you want them added to your autoresponder. And they're also added into the software and they become part of your community. So then you can start communicating with that person, start connecting with them, and they can start connecting with others within your community as well. They also get notified if there's important updates, and you can connect with them on a one-on-one basis as well by just sending them a message. You can actually just send them a private message, and that'll also work as well. Is that clear, by the way? Put a 1 in the box if that's clear. I'm just going to grab a drink and let me know.
Yes, one's coming in. So your voice is still okay, Sam?
Yeah. That'll. Sorry about that. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh no. Last few days it's been kind of bad, but then this morning for some reason I felt better, but my voice is just like.
Well, you're doing great so far.
Cool, thanks. Hopefully it's clear. As long as it can be heard, that's okay. All right, so that's the next step here. So then we've got ingredient number 2, and this is how to quickly grow your community to thousands of engaged members. So once you've started, you've got a concept, you've got something you can give away. And by the way, the last step that we did is no different from an opt-in form. So you've probably got opt-in forms you've already set up, maybe for your business. Instead of doing things the old way and having an opt-in form, all you need to do is take the thing you're giving away, put it into a community. So when someone registers for your community, they can download that thing. And that's it. It's like a new opt-in form, essentially. So ingredient number 2 is instead of having to then go ahead and plan out a course, spend weeks creating it, find a designer, spend weeks waiting on design, get an independent software or a membership software, and go through all the hassles of that, the new way that we can do this now is we can incentivize our members, our community members, to share, to build our community. So previously to do this, you'd have to create a product, you'd have to go and sell that product, and you build your community that way. What we do is we incentivize people to grow the community for us. So we don't want to be the ones that are constantly out there like advertising. What you can do is when you start building a bit of a community, you can incentivize sharing within that community. So other people want to then share that community and get people in. And the way that you can do that is incentivizing them either by saying, hey, we're giving away this special thing, or we're doing this special competition this week, or, this week, if you give away, or if you go out and bring more people into our community, we're going to give away, say, $100 or something like that. And that'll incentivize people to share. You see people doing this over social media all the time. I think one of the most famous people for doing this is probably Mr. Beast. He's built his whole brand on that just this concept. And now he's the biggest YouTube channel, as far as I'm aware, on YouTube, or has the biggest following. So that's something you can do. Incentivize people to share your community, get more people into the community. Or if you want to, you could build a community around a product that you have. So as you're selling that product, your community is also being built. What we want to do is we basically just want to find a way to build our community with the least amount of effort that ideally does 2 things for us: engages the community and grows the community. So if selling a product is going to engage the community and grow the community, you can go out and sell a product and offer this community as part of that product, or just automatically enroll people as they purchase this product. You can do that with our software. So whatever you're doing, you're always growing your community and you're always fueling your community, because that's going to become a really important key component of how you communicate with your audience. And then you can profit selling courses, high-ticket coaching, masterminds, software, e-commerce products. It's really up to you. And if you don't yet have a product, one of the best ways you can go and do this is you can go to Udemy. You can then go ahead and you can find a few matching offers. So you can actually see on Udemy the whole breakdown of the product. And you can say, hey, could I create something like this myself? Or could I go to someone and get them to create something like this for me? And the great thing about having a community, and this is what I do, and I'm doing this process at the moment, I'm preparing a high-tech coaching program at the moment, and I'm actually building a community around that topic. And then as I create the product, I'm gradually showing it to them, and they're giving me feedback on it, so I have a chance to improve it as I build. So I've sold access to my community in order for my members to get access to this content, which I'm delivering in the future, and they're providing me feedback on helping me to improve it. So I'm doing multiple things at once. And it means that I'm not thinking so much like in linear terms. It's more, I'm thinking more of it as a system. And that's one of the great things about the way we've built this, is that it is a full system. And you're not only doing like one thing. It's not like, you're generating a lead. It's like you're not only able to do that, but you're able to get people into the community, communicate with them, send them emails, get them on live sessions, get feedback on your product. There's lots of different things you can do once you actually get someone into an independent community. And that's what we're doing. So once a few people come into your community, they can then go ahead and they can give you feedback on your product. And then once you've completed that product, then you can go out and you can, sell it. And one of the great things about what we've done here is not only can you build a community around in the software, but you can also plan out your product. So you can actually plan out what your product's going to look like. And this is a plan here. You can see on my slides that this looks like this. And then from there, you can actually just start creating it into a course. So you not only get community, you get a classroom and a calendar as well to help you to sell. So what can you do with the software? And I'll show you the software in just a moment. You can create group coaching programs. So like I'm doing at the moment this with my people that are interested in the topic that I'm specializing in. One second, I'll just grab a drink of water. Cool, hopefully that's better. So I'm building a group coaching program around communities and how to grow a community. And the group coaching program itself, it's going to be about $7,000. And at the moment, it's $3,000. And people that come in, as I learn more myself, I'm able to create training, and I'm able to provide them with that training and help them on an individual level within the community. Without having to get on calls or anything like that, I can communicate with them in the community, and they can communicate with other members. So they get, value through that as well. And then also at the same time, I'm able to start building my course. So I'm able to list that within the courses area. And I'm able to then go ahead and people, when they get in, they can actually access the courses and the training within that courses area. And then if I have a live session, then for the group coaching, I can run a live session, do a questions answers, provide live, one-on-one coaching, and everyone's aware of when those sessions are occurring. So I don't have to worry about emailing anyone through an email marketing system. I can do it all through the community itself, which is obviously really beneficial. Free groups. So I can run free groups through the software. So what is a free group? Well, basically it's a group that you create to build a community. So a free group would be, if you wanted to create around, so one of the more recent ones I've seen is someone created they were creating a product around being an influencer. They created a free group where people could post photos of them around the world in different places. So they'd join this group and then they'd share what they're doing, who they are, where they're from, and what they're currently doing. And they did that to build up a community to run events. So you could create a free group. You could incentivize people to join that group, or offer something within the group that they want to join and be a part of, and offer them connections to other people within the group who are there as well. You can create a subscription group. So if you want to charge monthly for a product, so for example, if you wanted to create a training program, you want to charge monthly for access to that training program and the community itself as well, because there's value in that. And the live sessions, you could actually charge a subscription fee. And part of that subscription is the live calls. Part of that subscription is the community and having access to the community. And then also the course that's associated with that as well. So you could do that too. Then masterminds. Masterminds are basically where you get some really skilled people or some people that have talents in different industries and bring them together. And then you can charge them say, for example, a yearly or monthly fee for being a part of that mastermind. You can do that with the software as well. and it allows you to basically build a community where those mastermind attendees can communicate. And then you also got a training component if you wanted to add a training component into it, or you could just record the live sessions you do for the mastermind and put them into the training program so people can actually go over the past sessions and watch those past sessions. So that's also available as well. And obviously you can build communities, you can create new products through this. So with our software, as we're building our Skola software, our platform, we've got a community that's helping us by posting different feature updates they want, different features they'd like. And you can take this to a business as an opportunity for them to improve their communication with their customers, improve their relationship, and also be able to build a better product with the help of customers using it as well. And that's what we're doing. Our customers are essentially fueling our product creation. So what I'd like to do is, if you like the sound of that, I was planning to show you a few other things. I'll do them really quickly, and I'll jump into the demo now because I'm a little bit afraid that my voice may die out. So we're going to go and look at the software, look what it does. And if you're ready for that, let me know in the chat. Put it one in the box if you're ready to see this, see what we're doing with it, and I'll share a bit about what you can do with it as well. Cool. All right, let's jump in. So I'm just going to share my screen, and we'll just make sure this is working. I'm just going to shut off my camera, and we'll do a screen share now. One sec. Screen share. Here we are.
Yes,
cool.
We can see your screen now.
Perfect. Okay, great. That's awesome. Cool. So this is our Skola group, and this is what the software looks like. So as I said, it's really, really simple because you've got a community, you've got a classroom, and a calendar. So there's 3 components to the software, and everything runs through these 3 components. So what we have here is we've got a classroom, and this classroom area is where we put all our courses in. And then we've got a calendar. And this calendar, I don't have any sessions right now. I'll actually program a couple of sessions up that we have upcoming in this webinar. And then you've got a calendar here as well. So when you create within this system here, what your members see is they see this right here. And Tim, I wonder if you can actually post out that link to your community group. So
yeah,
you obviously wanted to show the experience. So if you register for Tim's community group, what you can do is you can actually see that experience and see what that looks like from a member's perspective. So you'll be able to see what that looks like, how it works, and everything within the community. So we've built up a community so far for our Skola group of about 220 people it is. And we've had 87 posts, and we've had 333 comments posted so far. And you can see here that we're using this to help us with the software. So as people find things that they want to do, they're able to do that. One of the great things about this as well is if there's any updates that I want to get out or anything that I want to communicate to our community members, I'm able to do that by clicking and just doing an update. And I can send this update out, and I can make sure everyone receives this update. So when we do like an update, for example, I'll send an email broadcast out with all of the new updates we've done. And I know that everyone's able to then go ahead and see it. You can also like any posts. You can view any posts that are kind of, or you can see who's viewed the posts. And then anyone can comment on the posts as well. And the comment system works really well. One sec. I'll just have a...
I've put the link in the chat if you're looking for it. I've put the link.
Perfect. Okay,
Jack, yes, that's the same group as I had in my email. In my first email, I also did a link indeed to the group.
Cool. So to get a link, what you need to do is just go into settings, you copy free registration link, and then anyone who registers for this group will then be able to go in there. So what I'll do is I'll load this up, I'll put this in here, and this is what it looks like. It's going to pop up a registration now. And then any new members can register for my group. So they can see the group in the background. Because this is a free group, you can create private groups as well. And they can then go ahead and they can register. And when they register, then I gain an opt-in. So I gain someone as a new subscriber on my list if I want to. Or they're a new member so I can send broadcasts out from the software itself. So I'll put in my name. So I'll put in Sam B. Email, and then I've got, say, for example, a password. Click register. I'm registered for the software. Now I can go in and I can communicate with people in the group. And the group itself has got a new member. And this is what I see as a member. So I see the community here. I can scroll down. I can look at previous posts. The classroom, I can go into the classroom. I can have a look at the training and I can watch the training. So this training is all about the software. I can also, if I have questions or comments that I want to post, I can post them. And the great thing about this is that when anyone posts a question or anything like that about a particular video, it's featured within the community itself. So if there's a question that someone wanted answered on a particular video that I've done, they can ask that question here, and people from the community can go ahead and they can then comment on what this person has posted. So it's really, you're doing two things at once. So anyone who goes ahead and has a question, they can post, and then the community can answer that question based on that content in that video. So it gets highlighted within the community as well. So it's interconnected with the community. So I can go through different videos. I can post different questions here if I wanted to. And I can also, if I want to, go across to the calendar, and I can see all of the upcoming events that are happening. So
another cool thing is that you can also contact the other members, right? When you're in Skola.
So yeah, what you can do is you can actually send a message out to anyone within the community itself as well. So within this group, I can, if I wanted to, I can go ahead and I could, if I wanted to send a message, I can go up to private messages here, and I can send out an email out to any of our group members, and they get a notification about that. They get an email about it as well, and they can come in and then they can reply and respond as well. So you not only can send out messages within the group itself, and you can send out broadcasts and select when, if you want everyone to receive an email about that particular post, you can send this post as an email. So it forms the role of being an email that you send out. And so, for example, one of the things that I've got is agency webinar Sunday. Join here, then I can put in a link, add details about it. So details about the webinar, and I could write them just as a post in Facebook, as I would with a post in Facebook, and I can put some bullet points here and all of that. Now I get the option, if I want to send this out as an email broadcast. So I could actually send this out to everyone. When I click send email notification, it packages this up and it sends it out as a full email to all of my members. So I know that everyone's notified and everyone's received it. Also, any of my community members receive a notification up here if I also tick this, and they can also see that as well. If I wanted to, I can also schedule this into the future. So I can select a date in the future here, and then from there, that update will go out at that specific time. What I've also got the ability to do through here as well is I can select a category. So there's different categories you can create. So community members can actually see the content in these different categories. If I wanted to, I could run a poll as well. And I can also attach images, videos, and emojis into these posts that I make as well. And whenever I make a post, it goes out to the community as well. So Tim, what you could do is if you wanted to, you could actually do an update right now. And if you're in Tim's community group, you could actually engage on that post. You can try it out for yourself, see what it looks like, and place some comments. Say, hey, or hello, I'm on the webinar, something like that. And you'll be able to see how this works and how it looks for your members as well. So the other thing you can do is when you want to actually build your classroom, you can organize it like this. So we've got a plan, and you can just drag and drop everything within your plan. If you want to add or edit any lessons, you can just click into the lesson, and we've got basically a content builder here. So this will allow you basically to customize everything, the way everything looks and feels. You can move it up and down as well. We can rearrange different elements, and then we can click save and publish, or we could save it as a draft as well. We can also drip feed different modules or different lessons as well. So if we wanted to drip feed a specific module, we could say that, maybe someone registers for free and they get the first module for free. And then if they want to, after they've gone through that module, say, for example, on the last lesson here, we say, hey, if you'd like to register for our next, for the rest of the training, the other 5 modules we've got, it's, $197 or it's $3,000 to get the rest of the training. If you'd like to buy here. And that last video or or some of the last videos that you make can be used to advertise the course itself to your free community, helping you to sell more of that program. And you can do that through the software. And then once they purchase, then you can unlock the other modules. And you can do that by basically adding a level to these modules. The other way you can do this is you can go ahead and you can schedule out when these modules should go live. So for example, if you're running a 6-week coaching program, you might want to drip feed these every week. So you could say this will drip feed in 7 days, for example. Or if you were working with a cohort, so you have maybe 10 people who have joined and they're all working through the program at the same time, what you can do is you can actually drip feed these out on specific dates. So on specific dates, that's when this content can be drip fed. It's up to you how you want to use that, but this will automatically drip feed at the dates that you want it to drip feed out at. Now, the calendar itself is really easy to use. We've actually got a Zoom automation that's coming live very soon. And basically, whenever you update your session time here, it'll automatically update in Zoom as well. So it means that anything that you do here will also create a session in Zoom itself. So what we'll do is we'll do a session topic. So the topic of the webinar can be, agency webinar, for example. Or it might be just Q&A. So community Q&A. We put in a URL. So let's just say it's a Zoom URL. And then we can say that this repeats weekly, 1 time a week. And it'll happen for 2 weeks. We can then set in our time, our session time. So we'll put in this time here, for example, let's say it's starting from Tuesday and starting at 10 a.m. and running until 11. We can then select which members will be able to view it, and I'll go through how this works in just a moment. We can add a description and we can click save. When we click save, this will then be published to all of our members. So for example, if I wanted now to have a look how this looks for my members, I can go into this preview and I can have a look at how it looks like for them. So you'll see here, this is the date that this is happening. And to protect the link of the Zoom call as well, so only the community members you want to view it can view it, we make this live about an hour before the Zoom session starts. And then they can jump on, they can join, and then they can, from there, become part of this. They can basically join the Zoom call and be part of it. This can also work with any other software you're using. So it works with any other webinar software out there or any other meeting software out there as well. And then once that's complete, you can then post the replay into here and you can notify everyone that the replay is then live. So that's also done through the software. Now, let me show you probably the most powerful feature that we have built into this so far. That's going to help you to sell a lot more and help you to utilize your group as like a sales funnel in itself. So what you can do through this software is you can do something that's really quite cool. And it's done through settings. So let's say, for example, you want to promote your group and you've got a following on Facebook, you've got a following on YouTube, you've got a following on WhatsApp or Telegram. What you can do is you can invite everyone to your community group by going into settings, clicking this registration link right here, and you can invite all of your community into this software. Okay, so into your community. And let's say that 100 people join. Now you've got 100 people in your community. Then what you can do is you can use what's called a level system to sell additional access. So you can create these levels, and depending on which product someone buys then from your community, a member of your community, maybe they buy a course of yours, then that particular level is related to that product. So if you've got a product you're selling through Samcart, you've got a product you're selling through Thrivecart, you can select which level you want to connect up to that product. And when the sale is made, that member will then have that membership level. And what that means is that we can say, for example, you want to communicate just to people within that membership level. Well, you can create a post within your community where only people who are part of that level can receive access to that post and view that post. Or maybe there's a category within your community that you want to make sure that only people with a specific membership, like business, for example, can access. You can do that. Maybe there's a course that's attached to this membership level or this product you've sold, and you only want people who are in this membership level to be able to view that course. Well, you can do that within the software as well. Or maybe you've got live sessions for this group, and you've got live sessions for this group that are happening as well. And you want to make sure that the people that are in this business level only will view the live sessions that are happening for them. Well, you can do that through this software as well, really, really easily. And you can do it using this level system here. So any of the posts made, they can be put into a category that only a certain level of people have access to. So only, say, for example, paying customers of yours get access to that particular level and that particular category. Also, you can say, for example, I could say that, hey, Skola Business level, this course is accessible to only Skola Business users. I can do that very easily through the software. We'll say, for example, I've got this part here, this place here, funnels. I only want agency users to be able to have access to this. I can do that through the software as well. And same with the calendar. When I schedule in sessions, I didn't show you this before, but you can actually select the level. So if I wanted only business member people or people that are part of this particular product to be able to view certain sessions within my calendar, I can do that by selecting which level has access to that and can see it. And that's all I need to do. And then business members or people that have paid me money will be the only ones that can actually go ahead and see the content related to that level. Is that making sense? Put a yes in the chat if this is kind of making sense right now. Hopefully this is making sense.
It's making sense, definitely.
Okay, cool. So what we've done as well is that on our free, our member, so we use this for Skola, our Skola community, right? So I'm getting some questions about, hey, training, is there good instructions? Yes, because we're able to do that all through the software. So let me show you.
Oh, your mic is gone, Sam.
Sorry, I thought I was putting off my video.
There.
So in the software itself, because we use this ourselves to grow our software, what we have in this community here, and it's part of our software. So when you register for our software, for example,
we're not seeing anything now. Sam, you want to share your screen?
Cool.
Yeah.
There we go. Cool. Getting used to it.
Yeah.
So anyone who purchases Skola groups, for example, gets access to our Skola community group. And you can do this with your products as well. Any product that you sell, you can give as an added value access to your community. And when someone has access to your community, then what they can do is that they can go into here, they can be a part of the community. So your community members can start discussions then. They can have access to training programs. So what we've got is with our Skola Group software, instead of having, we do have a support desk, obviously, and we also have, I'll get into that in a moment. But basically what we've got is we've got a course where our members can go through the details of the software, how everything works, how the level system works, how drip feeding works, and everything in detail. And some of it is in draft mode, so new updates that are coming, we've put in draft mode. And when you get access to Skola Groups, you can actually go through this training and get a really good understanding of everything. If there's anything that you're unsure about, you can give us a message or you can post on the training video, and then we'll create another video for it. So we got a question today about how to do an integration with Thrivecart, for example. So today, I'm going to be, later in this afternoon, I'm going to be creating a video for how to do that connection between Skola Groups and Thrivecart. And I'll put it in the community group here. And there was no emails that were required. No one needed to send me a support ticket. No one had to reach out to me in any other way. I got all of this information from someone simply posting a message within the community. So it's really, really useful. You can also use this as a support desk as well. So instead of having to have a support desk yourself, we've again resolved that as well, because A support desk is just a way of being able to communicate with, say, for example, someone who's in your team or your product. So they usually just send an email. So with this software, what the great thing about this software is that what you can do is that anyone can send you as the admin a message, and there's actually a help widget that pops up down the bottom here. If they're using and they're part of your community, I don't have it turned on right now, but there's a widget, and anyone who's a member of your community can actually click on that help widget, and they can then message you, and that message will show up as a private message, and then you can just simply respond to them within the community group. So it removes the need for support as well, and that's a really, really cool part of the software, that we're like removing the need for many of the different software you'd usually have to pay monthly for, and you'd have to log in from different places to access. We're removing the need for that because you don't need it if you've got everything in here, if that makes sense. So we've been working really hard, and that widget is ready to go. It's available, and you can basically put a pop-up here which has a question mark, and any members that have a question that they can't resolve inside of the community itself, say, for example, a question about a bill, or maybe it's a question about maybe they want some help with a particular product that you've got, or they want to buy something from you, they can ask those questions privately through that widget. So again, we're resolving that issue for you as well. So let me go back to my slides. All right, so you've seen how this works. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Do you like what you see? Do you think this is pretty cool, what we're doing here? Does it all make sense to you? Let me know in the chat what you think so far of the software.
Hey, Sam, when do you want to answer some questions? Do you want to do that now or a little later?
I mean, if there's questions about what I've just shown, that's fine. We can do that now.
Okay, let me check, because there were a few questions. Jack asked, can the different groups be isolated from others?
Yeah, I mean, you can create multiple groups. So if you wanted to create 2 separate groups, you can do that.
Okay.
For 2 separate brands, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or you could separate members based on their level. So, and we do that through members. So, for example, you could create 2 categories of posts and assign members to, depending on what they've purchased or whether they're a free member or paid member. So they can only view posts in one category or posts in the other.
Okay.
So yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Is it possible to translate the entire platform into another language?
No, not right now. We don't have multiple languages yet. We need to get a bit further on to do that. We're still really, really we've got a lot here. Obviously, we've been building it for the last 2 years, but we're not at that stage where we can do that yet. We will have the ability to add different characters, and you will be able to run a community in a different language, but there's some components here, like the community, for example, the titles that we don't have available in other languages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is similar.
Yeah, this is one of the really this is a really good question. So, but preparing for this webinar, me and Tim, Tim, you obviously we're having conversations about what time zone everything's in. So this is another great thing about this, is that with other software, you have to think about what time zone you're in, and when a webinar is happening, and it's quite confusing. With this, if a member is a member of your community, we show them their time zone. So any session that's scheduled will always show in their time zone. So they always know what the time zone is for them locally, because we do the conversion for them. So again, it's another thing that helps them to it's just clear. It's a lot more clear.
Okay. Is the calendar post limited, or the content it represents? So I guess Jack means the editor.
I mean, there's no limits to the content or the amount of, or how large a post can be. So, I mean, if you start writing books in there and posting them, I don't know how they'll look, but people will be able to scroll down and view them. So, I mean, go for it. And if you then find that, I don't see any issues with it. It should work absolutely fine. If you were to add a book as a post, it probably work fine. You just have a long scroll. Events with Skola. Do we get that too? I see that question on the post. No, this is separate.
This is a separate product, Patricia. I think those were most questions maybe in the chat. No, let's just continue. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we will talk about them a little later.
Cool. So let me show you then what you get with this package today. So our plan for this is we're building it as a SaaS platform. So all of our focus is building this into a software as a service, so a subscription model. But what we're doing, and this is a private deal that we're not going to be repeating, is that when you get access today, you're going to be able to get access to a really heavily discounted version of this software. And that's going to give you access to essentially everything that's in the software for a super low one-time cost. And I'll go through what's in that right now. And one of the reasons we're doing this is that you can see from our community group, we have about 220 or so members. So in the software itself right now, we've got, I think we've had maybe 200 or so people that have signed up and joined. And what we're doing is that's helping us to identify issues within the software. It's helping us to use the software more. And it's also helping us to see how other people are using the software and learn from that as well. So what we're noticing is that many of our customers are using this to create free groups, get people into those free groups, and then offer additional upgrades. So say, for example, we've got a member of ours who is creating a free group at the moment. And what he's doing through that free group is he's communicating with his members, and then he's getting them onto a call. So he's basically scheduling calls with them. And then from there on those calls, he's selling his high ticket coaching program. And then he's unlocking that as a course within his community group. So we're learning from how our members are using the software. That's helping us to improve it and you know, make it a better product. So one of the reasons we want people to join now at this lower price is that you help us to improve the software. And because you're using it and because you're in there using it as well, we can learn from what you're doing with the software and improve it and make it better as well. So even from the 200 members we've had join so far, we're learning lots and lots and lots. And we're now more confident that we're able to switch this into that SaaS model, which is basically we're going to be charging $97 per month for access to groups in here. So that's one of the things that we're doing. And one of the benefits in getting access today is that not only do you get that, but when you get the bundle today, I'm going to also unlock unlimited groups. So usually we have to have a one group limit on our front end. So it's $197 for a one group. Today, when you get access to the bundle, you get all of the features, and you're going to get access to also unlimited groups. So you can create an unlimited amount of groups within the software as well, which is obviously a huge benefit because there's no limits to what you'll be able to do or how many brands you'll be able to launch through the software as well. So that's another thing you don't have to worry about. And as we build and improve the software, it's just going to get better and better over time. We're about 2 years in at the moment, but you'll see that the updates that we do, they happen regularly. And we've got some really, really cool things happening down the line. So you'll benefit from that as well. Now, let me show you what's in here. So you get everything in one place. You get the ability to create courses. You get the ability to create a community, a calendar, and everything in one place as well. And you're also, through the software, able to then communicate with that community. And we've really optimized it for high engagement. And the way we've done that is through our notification system. We've got tagging. We've also got the ability to send out email broadcasts to bring people back to the community. So anytime that you want anyone to come back to the community, you can just send out a broadcast. You can send out a message and bring people back in through email. You've also got the ability as well to deliver coaching programs the way you want to. And you can actually schedule coaching programs or communities to launch in the future as well. I didn't go into this at all, but say, for example, if you wanted to pre-sell access to a community that you're doing a launch about. So, for example, if you were launching a new community and you wanted to make sure that there was lots of people in the community from the very beginning, you can actually set a date in the software and people can register for that date. So you can have lots and lots of people register. And then on the time and date that you've set, a timer will count down to when all of the community features are unlocked. And then they'll unlock and people will have access to everything. So you can actually create this as like a future, like a pre-sale for the future as well. So that's another really useful feature. And that's available through this as well. And then you can manage student discussions. I didn't show this either, but you can actually Say, for example, you've got a member of yours who's, I don't know, upset. Maybe they're upset about something. They've had a bad day, and they're just a not very nice person to have in your community. I think we've all seen communities where this has happened, where someone is just obviously having a bad day, and they're just, I don't know, just abusing people within the community. So obviously that's not good. So we've got a post approval system, just similar to like what Facebook has, where you can put someone on, you can either block them or you can actually put them on an approval, so that anything they post, you actually have to approve before it goes live. So if someone's creating and like posting just things that aren't good for your community and you're sick of it, you can actually just turn post approval on for them. And then anything that they post will actually just show a message up the top of your community that they've posted something. And you'll then be able to either approve it or deny it. And if it's denied, then it will not post. And if it's approved, then it's approved. So you're able to do that as well. And what you can do is you can actually just message that person within the software and say, hey, like, what's wrong? Let's talk about this. Why are you posting this stuff? And then, you can have a conversation with them through the software as well. So, I mean, every business comes up against that. Every community comes up against it. And that's why we've put it in as a feature as well. So you can turn on post approval in case you have issues like that. You've also got drip feeding as well. So you can actually drip feed content out. And you can also do this based on exact date. And very soon we're going to have it that this is a really, really cool feature we're rolling out for business members, is that very soon you're going to be able to unlock additional courses based on someone completing a course. So say, for example, one of your members completes a course, you can then unlock another course that was previously locked because they completed that course. So it incentivizes your members to go through your course completely. So that's also available through this as well. You can schedule workshops, as I've shown, and you can also integrate with other software. So, for example, if you are selling through a sales funnel, obviously you can use this software as a sales funnel, but if you are selling through a sales funnel software, like we're doing, we still have funnels that we're using for this. Then when people buy from that sales funnel, you can then instantly integrate the two together, so people get registered within your group. So once they purchase, they get a login to your group. So that's also done through the software, and there's many different ways of using this as well. So if someone registers inside of Skola groups, you can also send them out to your autoresponder as well. And then you've got real-time tracking, so you can actually track what your members are doing. I didn't show you this. I should have probably shown you this, but I can show you after if you want. Basically, it's a tracker, so we actually track all of the activity happening within the group, and we can see as people are commenting, posting, opening up lessons, and you can actually see people exactly what they're doing inside of your group. And you can go to their profile and you can see a breakdown of all of the activity they have as well. So one of the things that's great about this is that if someone says, hey, I went through the whole course and I wasn't able to apply it, which sometimes happens, then you can go to their profile and you can see exactly which lessons they went through and how much time they've spent going through those lessons as well. So you can see whether they've actually completed the course or not. It's really transparent. And that's also available within this as well. So let's go through now your Skola Groups account and what's inside of it. So what you're going to get today as part of this special deal, and this is only available during the time until Friday. But when you get access today, you'll be able to get access to unlimited groups, which is major. And I don't think there's anything else out there that'll do this. Not at all. Nothing even close. Unlimited members, because you're one of our founding members. You'll get access to communities, courses, and calendar. And that will mean that you'll be able to create groups. You'll be able to generate leads through free communities. You'll be able to also, as well as part of this, make money selling groups, scale, offering the ultimate solution to businesses. And you'll also be able to basically replace all of these different software here. So you won't need to worry about Facebook groups anymore. You won't need to worry about your subscription to Kajabi or another software like that. You'll be able to replace the calendar software you might be using to help you to schedule in live events for people or live calls. Support software, you won't need that either because you can manage all of your support within your community too. And that's going to be available today. So here's what you get access to in the front end with Skola Groups. You get access to the Skola Group software. You get access to our pre-start coaching portal. That's basically the countdown timer. You get post updates to students. Those are members. You get an events calendar. You get customizable group coaching training area. You get basic reminders and notifications. You get integrations. You get registration emails that go out as well, drip feeding, and daily actions. And we have a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. You also get access to Pro as part of a bundle that we're offering today for a discount. And that'll unlock the ability to do multi-course classrooms. So you don't just get one course you can create. You can actually create up to, I believe we have up to 12 at the moment per group. So you can actually create up to 12 courses within a group. You've got Groups Connect, which allows you to send people who register in Skola groups out to other software. You can run live cohorts. So you can actually run live events with the software. And then you can go ahead and release the replays of those live events with a group of people. You get certificates. So if someone completes one of your courses, you can send out a certificate for that. You get transcripts. So you can add transcripts to any of your lessons on your course as well. And there's no restriction on lessons to the course though, as well. I should mention that as well. You also get Zoom automation, which isn't out yet. It'll be about 1 month away. And that'll basically mean that all of the sessions you create can be automatically updated into your Zoom as well. So you can use a free Zoom account to do your live calls, and that'll also make that really easy too. So what you're going to get is you're also going to get light and dark modes for your groups. You get advanced tracking, community polls. So anyone within your community can create a poll and others can post on it. You get custom meeting schedules. So you can set whatever time you want to meet. You get to pin posts. So if you want to pin a particular post that's important at the top of your community, you can do that. You get discussion topics. So people who are within your discussions can engage in different topics, and you can categorize those topics. And you also get community moderation as part of this as well. So you moderate your community and make sure that your community is in a good state. And thank you, Craig. Awesome. Is the white label for each of my clients' brands? So that's a good question. I'll cover that in a bit. So
let's put that in the question. We'll talk about that later. I'll put that in the Q&A, Sam.
Cool. Yeah, good. So, and you get all of this today. You get Skola Groups and Skola Groups Pro as part of this bundle for $297. And you can also get a free trial to Skola Business. Now, let me talk a little bit about Skola Business before I show you this. And Skola Business is an optional upgrade. And this is not related directly to the software itself. It gives you access to a number of features that are kind of in the background. So it won't affect how you use Skola Groups if you decide not to get access to Skola Business. And it really is up to you as you want to use it. So with Skola Groups and Skola Pro, you get all of the features I've mentioned. With Skola Business, you get media management. So if you want to upload videos into our software, and instead of having to pay for a solution like Dropbox or something like that, we can actually solve that problem again for you. So you can actually do everything in this software. So you can cancel your subscription to those hosting platforms. And with Skola Business, we actually give you that feature. So you can actually upload media into the software itself as well. With Skola Business, there's a few other features you'll be able to see, and you'll be able to see that on the checkout. But what I'll say is that it's an optional upgrade, and it's not part of the bundle today, but it will be ticked, and you can choose if you want to untick it or tick it, and you'll get 30 days, or I think it's 14 days free that you can trial it, see if you like it. And if you don't like it, you can actually cancel it from your account. But it won't affect the features that you get with what I've mentioned so far. Cool. So who wants to get access to the software? Let me know in the chat. If you like what you've seen so far, it's $267, not 297. And this is the last time we're doing this before we switch over to a monthly. So if you want to get access to this, you want to get access and become part of our community. It's a really good community, as you've seen. It's really active. We've got lots of people in there, and it's great as well. Now, Skola Business is $67 per month, and you get 14 days free. And we are going to have an annual option in future as well. So if you want to switch to annual, and you like what we're doing, then you'll be able to do that for a discounted, option in the future as well. But that's what we have at the moment. So when you get access today, you can get access at this URL right here. So Skola.com/Tim. And what that's going to do is that's a private link that's going to give you access to this bundle deal. And then you can see what's included within business. And if you want to get that, then you can get that as well. And that's going to include, and it also includes premium access to our business community, which is like a premium training community in itself. So with Skola Business, you get the software, you get some additional features as well, but you also get access to a really special community of ours where I'm going to train you how to basically go out and make money with your groups. And it's a really premium community because most of the people in Skola Business are businesses that are running, successful products. And that's why it's a bit more premium. And it goes into some ways that you can actually use this to, make more money as well.
So let's go. You want to do some Q&A?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Let me see here. So I think you already answered this. Hope there's good instructions available.
Yeah. There's really very detailed instructions.
Let's see. This was Jack Man. I was asking if the tiles representing groups could either have their separate membership or even only be visible to members.
When you say tiles, I think that's like...
Yeah, that's the start. So when you go to your account, you see the different groups that you can join.
I'll go back to that question. Sorry. I'll just read that again. So it's that so those are separate.
It's basically the tiles where you join the group. You understand what he means?
Not really.
Let me see here. Let me put it in Max again. The tiles representing the groups. So when you, I think he talks about when you go to your account and you click on groups as an admin, you see one in my account, you see the Skola groups right now.
Yeah.
So if you could point those to different members, if you could show those groups that they, for example, can join one group and then another group.
I see multiple groups.
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we don't have it. It's not very smooth at the moment, but you will be able to do it better in future. Essentially, the way that I don't have an easy answer for it right now. We don't have the ability to cross over between those. If someone's got an account, they can register for both groups and see both of those groups just as they are within my account. Mm-hmm. So if they were to register for both groups, then they would see both options available. Yeah. So, and that would be based on their membership as well. So yeah, I guess the answer is yes.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is we want to have an option where what I was thinking through is, because I was having a conversation with the team yesterday about this, is that when someone registers for one group, having the other group available as an option or an upgrade that they could actually see and click through and join if they wanted to. We don't yet have that. What we do have is if they are registered for both groups, they'll see both groups.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. How many lessons are in a course?
We don't have any limits on that at the moment. We might add a limit in the future if it starts getting crazy, but we don't have any limit at the moment on that. The only thing I could imagine is the more lessons you add. So, for example, if you add 1,000 lessons, you might notice that the course itself slows down a little bit. So it's not advised to do that at the moment. But I haven't seen anyone use that like that. Usually the average course length is, about 20 lessons. And if you can communicate and deliver a course in less, then, deliver it in the least amount of lessons you can.
Are there any OTOs?
Yes. So I guess the Skola Business is an optional upgrade. You get 14 days free to that if you want. And then the only other upgrade that we have is our Skola Agency. And the agency package is if you want to use this with businesses. And if you do want to do that, I highly recommend doing it, because that agency package, again, we're we're going to be removing that price that we have, the $997. That's going to be going. It's about $997, and it includes the ability to add unlimited clients and do this for businesses as a done with you service.
Okay,
it
cool.
includes agency features. It includes the ability to add clients, and clients have an onboarding so they can connect their own integrations as well. So it means that it's done through their integration. So if someone registers for a group, it's added to their autoresponder, and that's available as an optional upgrade. But that's the only other optional upgrade that we have, other than what you see with the bundle.
Okay. Patricia asks, how long can each lesson be as far as minutes?
I mean, it can be a day long. It could be 2 days long. There is no limits. I mean, there's no limits to that.
Okay. Let's see if there's more. Will there be a replay of this webinar, as I had to pop out? Would like to go over the webinar again. Yes, if everything goes correctly, then I will mail out the replay as Greg. Will this integrate with other Skola products?
It does. It does right now. We'll have a better integration in the future, and I'll have more information on that in a couple of months. But
okay.
What we're doing is we're uniting the software together, so they will work seamlessly in a couple of months.
Okay. People are asking for repeat the link. Repeat the link, please. Which link you mean, Jack? I can add the link. If you want to click a link, you can get Skola here. It's in the chat. Yeah, so Skola Virtual Summit.
Oh yeah. That I mean, those are getting connected up at the moment. So you can do it through a summit and post a link to register for a group at the moment. But we will have those working together really well in about 2 months.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Confirm pricing. Business is 67 per month and agency 997 one time.
Yes.
Is there a screen of info of the OTO capabilities?
And by the way, if anyone's coming in, let me know. Put an I'm in the chat if you're getting in. What I'm going to be doing as well is on this call, I forgot to mention this, but I'm going to be giving you 3 done for you groups as well that'll be pushed into your account, and that's for 3 products of mine. So they'll include 3 courses. So you'll be able to build a community around those courses if you want, and you can white label those courses so they can be yours, and you can actually use that to kind of springboard your first communities if you want, and that'll be available within your accounts by Monday next week.
Thanks, Greg.
Cool.
Greg says, Tim Verdouw and Sam Becker just wanted to let you know that you're a perfect union. Thanks.
Was there an earlier offer that included agency? No, we've never done the agency for anything less than $997. And soon we're going to be lifting the price to about $3,000 annually per year, because it's working really well. We've got people making money with agency, and if you're out there selling it, it's a really, really good deal. And this can solve such a big problem for people that it's really a no-brainer. So there's lots of money that can be made with agency, and we want to make sure that we offer the best service to agency users. So that's why we'll be lifting the price very soon.
Thanks, Greg. Greg from Scotland, United Kingdom. Well, you made it till the end, Greg. I was with your voice, Sam. Are you still alive?
Yeah. Sorry about that. My voice gave in pretty early. I haven't had to talk this much, I guess, but this morning I woke up and it was just like, oh no.
You can drink a lot of water within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Greg says, and after the webinar repeat, I will be buying this. Awesome. Jack says, Sam showed screens for basic and pro. Pro features, would like to see same for the OTOs. Do you have any screens, Sam, for what they get with the...
I've only got the pages. That would be the only thing that I could kind of show. I'll see if I can take a screenshot.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can take a look at Cindy's question.
Oh, cool. Actually, I can do this.
After you, yeah.
So, one sec. I'll just share my screen and show this. So, one moment. Screen sharing. Cool. Can you see this here?
Yeah.
Cool. So, this is the business package here, and that you won't see this because I've got it as you can just select it when you're getting in, but it includes team management. It includes the help desk, the widget. It includes private messaging from you directly to members and members directly to each other. External API connections. That means you can send data out of our software to other software. Email announcements. So you can send out email announcements as broadcasts and also sessions reminders as emails as well, using our email system. You've also got custom notifications, and that basically means that you can customize how your members receive notifications and when they receive them, as opposed to our defaults. You get white label branding, which means that you can rebrand the interface with your own logo. So when your team logs in, they see your logo. And also you get advanced automations with this. So that basically means that you're able to add tags into external software within the software if that's important to you. You get student tracking and group analytics as well. And then you also get our media system. And our media system includes video and audio player, a full media suite, and file storage up to 1 terabyte of data that you can use within the software as well, included with business. Yeah, and full hosting. The hosting itself is a big deal. It's just really convenient, and for the price, it's a really good deal for that. When you compare it to other solutions out there, it's way better. You can just manage everything in one place. So essentially, we've solved with this. You can use a community as a replacement for a funnel. You can use it as a replacement for Kajabi, a replacement for Facebook groups. You can use it as a replacement for any calendar software you have, support software, and hosting as well. It does it all. And you can do it all within one software. You can even do very soon we'll have the ability to do, you won't even need an email autoresponder very soon. because you'll be able to do all of that within the software if you want, because you can just write up a post as a promotion and send it out as an email to all your members. So it really, you don't really need an email autoresponder if you've got everyone in your community. Craig, good question about can we have our own domain connected to this? We are working on that for Skola Business, and I expect it'll probably be done by February because it's quite complicated. That's our plan, to make that available for Skola Business. So you could say, for example, have this whole system deployed on your website, .com/community, and that could be accessible from your website like that. So we're working on that process. It's one of the more significant updates we're doing. And if you want that, get Skola Business, and it'll be available as part of that package in February. Yeah, that's when we've got it on our list of to-dos. What kind of hosting is it? So it's when it's unlimited hosting, kind of. We've got 1 terabyte, but you can use an unlimited amount of things like videos, audio player, audio, documents, images. Everything in the software can be hosted through this one place, and you can even manage and categorize all of your files as well, and share them amongst the community too, really quickly and easily. Does agency carry businesses features in it? Yes. So if you've got Skola Business and you get agency, then you can, all of your clients get business features as well. If you get agency without business features, then none of your clients get business features as well. So if you want your clients to get the media package, for example, that'll be included in that as well. And say, for example, if you're working with a number of clients and you do max out your 1 terabyte data, we do have a option to upgrade that as well, which is automatic. So if you're, say, 20%, you've got 20% left of your data, we'll actually give you an upgrade option. So you can update and upgrade more data, or you can just delete some of the data you have already in there. Yeah, it's cloud hosting. Yeah. And it's also, if you've got our previous software, virtual events with Skola, the media is the same. It works with both software simultaneously. The agency is a one-time. It's a one-time right now. Cindy, that's a question I think you're relating to something else. Basically, it's we did a deal for our current users of Skola where you could apply any active subscription you have to Skola Business. So if you have an active subscription, Cindy, then that can be applied. If you don't have an active subscription, then it can't be applied. So it's not about the level, it's about whether you have an active subscription or not in your particular case. Sure, Cindy. You can give me an email. I'll message it to you.
Patricia asks for email blast, is there a limit of emails a month or members? If you have several groups, does this limit the emails you can send?
No, we don't have any email limitations right now. You can connect up your own email account. So it's done through your email at the moment. In future, if it becomes that, there are lots of emails being sent out, we may need to make some adjustments to how the system works. But right now, based on the way people are using it, and we can see they're using it, we haven't had the need to make any adjustments to that. So there's no limits on the amount of posts, broadcasts that go out. Yeah, so there's no limits there. Cool, Craig. What I'd say is get access to Scholar groups today. Get the founder deal, because this is going to expire on Friday, and then we won't have it available again. So I'd recommend getting access to this deal, and then if you do want to get access to Scholar events, reach out to Tim, and I'll send Tim. I'll have a thing with Tim. If you want to get access to the whole Scholar ecosystem, for example, then Tim will be able to send you a link for the other, what we have available for Scholar events. But what I recommend is, if you're getting access, if you're looking at this now, get access to Scholar groups. This is a really good deal, and you won't find anything better out there. This is for what it offers. It's pretty huge. So yeah, I'd recommend jumping in with this, and then you'll have access to everything. You can start using it, start making money with it. The first few people that you bring in to your community that buy from you, you're into profit and you're ready to go. And it's just, you're probably going to save a lot of money having the software as well, because of how it replaces all of the other software out there.
Sounds good, Greg.
So for the events component that we had, we previously launched virtual events with Skola, and it's basically a software that runs summits and events. And we do have a deal on it that I can give to Tim. If you email Tim, there is a deal that I can do on that. What we're going to be doing in the future is we're actually going to be combining the two software together. So we'll have within Scholar groups, it'll just be Scholar, and we'll have events as one of the plugins. So the course, the classroom, and the calendar are currently plugins. They're called plugins because if you want to, you can just have a community. You don't actually need to have courses, and you don't need to have calendar. You can actually unplug those things. So the events will be a plugin. So you could have, for example, community and events, community and calendar, or community and course, classroom and events. So it's really up to you how you want to use that, and those will be combined next year. So we're working towards that at the moment, combining those two. What I recommend though is get Scholar Business, because if you're Scholar Business, there's a good likelihood that we're probably we're gonna add in Scholar events into that as one package, and you'll get a discounted access to that when we have it available as being a Scholar Business member. So that's probably the best package you could have if you want to incorporate events into what you're doing with Scholar as well, when we have that ready.
So we can make a special deal, Sam, for Patricia. Also asks if she wants events as well. If they purchase Skola groups today, can we still make a one-time special for events as well?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the Scholar virtual events of the Scholar, we raised up the price to, I think it's $197 per month at the moment, and we've got a lot of mainly coaches and consultants using it and doing well with it. What I can do is I'll bring it down to the founder price. So I believe that was, from memory, $197 for the Skola events package. So I'll send you a link, Tim, after the webinar to send out that we'll give that for that discounted access.
Yeah. So for those that are getting the deal today, you're getting a one-time price for the events as well.
Yeah. And that'll be combined.
Special deal because that's no longer available.
And that will be added as a, so it'll be right now it's a separate login to that. But yeah, we're going to merge the two, and you'll get that whole, like, everything when we merge the two as well as part of that.
Cool.
Awesome, Greg. And yeah, that runs virtual summits. It runs, we've done virtual event summit recently, and we had about 550 people register. And Scholar Events is it's a ticket management system, so it replaces any ticket management systems you have. You don't need that. You can just use our software, and it'll actually generate tickets for you with QR codes and unique IDs. And it also then puts people into a lobby, a portal, where you can actually run and manage a virtual event. And when every session goes live, it notifies everyone it's going live and streams the event through a live lobby. You can either be live yourself, or you can use pre-recorded events to stream through that system. It's really, really cool. And it works well. We run all of our virtual events on it. We run about 2 to 3 a year, and we use the software ourselves to do that. So it's if you're running any virtual summits like Craig's doing, it's perfect. And Tim, I'll get you a link now.
Okay. Greg is selling the wife also. Scottish humor.
Okay, I'm gonna just change the. What I'll do is I'll just get this here. I got to figure out how to send this to you, Tim, but I'll figure it out.
So Patricia, you like to have the link to groups through email? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I will email that later, Patricia. You need to make sure you get the 267 deal now for the groups, and then I will discuss with Sam for the link. What link I can send to you.
Thanks, Jack. Really appreciate it. We've been working hard on it, as you can see through we've got a team of about 4 developers that we have been working with, and really working hard to get this in the state it is. Jack, no, it's the event software itself. We're selling for $197 per month. So if you want to get access to that with pro features, and if you get access to Skola Business as well as part of Skola Groups, then Tim's going to send out a link. I just sent him a link for that. So if you've got access to Skola Groups, then it'll be $197 to add virtual events to it, and that'll give you access to the full Summit software. Thanks, Craig. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly, Jack. So right now it's a monthly, and you're gonna get it for one time as a thank you for getting groups through this webinar. So what I do is I check if you've purchased Skola Groups now. I'll make a note of that, and then I will send the link to Skola events, to the one-time price for Skola events. Awesome, Jack. Greg is excited. Awesome to hear. Happy to hear that you're excited, Greg. Yes, Greg, I can send a replay, but it first needs to render, so it's not done immediately. So it will be probably tomorrow. Jack asks, did that deal require taking business, Sam?
No, it doesn't require taking business, but if you want to apply the business features to also Scholar events, then we'll do that as well. So if you do get Scholar Business as well, then that'll be applied to virtual events, and so you'll get media management through that software as well as all the other features with business.
Patricia's asking if you see her purchase.
I'll check on that for you, Patricia. It doesn't. I'll just check. Might be impending or failed. Now, Patricia, it looks like it's failed. So maybe try a different card.
Yeah, Greg. So we'll get this deal till Friday. So if you decide to purchase Skola Groups, we'll do that deal till Friday for events as well. So you get the one-time price for events as well.
No problem, Patricia. Yeah, let me know once you've done that, and I'll double check once it comes through again.
All right, I think there are no more questions. So I think we're gonna close this webinar. If you have a question, you need to be quick. And otherwise, you can also you can contact me through email. So you've had a couple of emails over the last couple of days. So always feel free to reply to one of my emails. But for now, yeah, the deal stands till Friday. I will send out the replay as well. And then thank you so much for joining. And Sam, thank you for hosting this webinar.
Thanks for having me on. Sorry about being sick and not being able to communicate things as well as I'd have liked to, but hopefully it was clear enough and everyone understood, and was able to see the benefits of the software. And I can say that anyone coming in, you're coming into a great community. We'll take good care of you and help you in any way we can to, use the software to start making money quickly. So, you'll see that as soon as you post something in the community, there's lots of other members who are willing to help. And I myself, I'm in there constantly helping out as well. So we're here for you if you want help using the software, or if you want help, or advice with some of the things you're thinking about a particular niche or product you're looking to launch. The community component for us is really big, and we'll be doing whatever we can to help you and support you with the software and everything as well. And thanks, Patricia. Awesome.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. We're going to stop this webinar and talk to you soon. Cheers.
Cool. Thanks. Bye.